flush.
Today we are reviewing Bacardi Rum.
Bacardi was founded on February 4th, 1862 by Don Facundo Bacardi Maceo in Santiago de Cuba when he bought a small distillery and revolutionized the rum making process to create a smooth, light-bodied spirit that we now know as Bacardi Rum.
On February 4th, 2012, the company and Bacardi Rum reached their 150th anniversary, an extraordinary milestone few companies ever reach.
And to start off with, we got Bacardi Superior. Clear, light, and smooth, with a silky finish and nutty flavors. Bacardi makes this rum using distilled sugar cane molasses. The mixture is then double filtered through charcoal, extremely mixable. Cheers! Yeah, so basically this is like, to me it tastes like just like a regular vodka, except for a more sweeter taste. It's probably because it's made from sugar cane instead of grains. So overall, it is basically a clear spirit that's a little sweeter.
That's like drinking this overall and describe like what the description was. You know, being light, smooth, and whatnot. It's light, yes, but like, is it smooth? No. Like, to me, drinking this, I get this burn factor in the back of my throat, and basically when I'm breathing overall, it basically like you get dragon's breath from it. With this, now I know why this is a mixture, just because I believe like the alcohol content in here just makes it so that whatever you're mixing with, you know that it's an alcoholic beverage. And now we have Bacardi Gold, allowed to rest up for 2 years in a charred oak barrel to develop a smooth flavor and amber color. Mellow and slightly aromatic with a balance of walnuts, spices, and tropical fruits, has a full body and a subtle woody flavor.
Cheers.
So to me, this just tastes basically like Bacardi Superior, just but then like a little bit more woodsy, more oak barrel-y because of it being aged. I don't get any of the walnut or any of the other like notes that's in there, but just except that it's like a toasted flavor overall. This to me though, at the end, it does go a little bit smoothly down than the Bacardi Superior.
Yeah, for me tasting this, it does give me that Bacardi Superior taste to it, but like you said, it does give like a little bit more oak flavor to it. And now we have Bacardi Black, medium-bodied black rum, aged in heavily charred oak barrels, then filtered through blends of charcoal. Flavors of tropical fruit, caramel, and vanilla. Smoky, sweet finish, perfect in a cocktail or as a shot. Cheers. Oh, wow. Actually, this is probably one of the better spice rums I tried. And this is actually one of the main ingredients in the Mai Tai. So if you ever try it, this is probably one of my favorite spice rums so far.
I still like having this overall and like what it is describing and what we taste overall. Like, yeah, we do get the charcoalness of it. From this description, like you get the charred oak barrel from this. Yeah, you do. It stands out a little bit more. With this too, yeah, there is a little bit of sweetness and like a bit of fruity flavor. At the end, when you're done drinking this spirit overall, it does give you the dragon's breath. And now we got Bacardi 4 years. Matured in American white oak barrels, this rum is filtered through charcoal for a smooth finish and expertly blended for extraordinary character. This aged rum features notes of mild vanilla, toasted oak, dark honey, and cloves, with a smooth toffee and oak finish. Cheers. Alright, so like, yeah, drinking this overall, it does basically taste like a Bacardi. Overall, it's just basically a little bit more aged, but for some odd reason, like this one being aged additional 2 years compared to the Bacardi Gold, it brings out like additional sweetness with it. So like, when I'm trying to like make a cocktail, this one actually would, I think would make a better cocktail mixer than like the other, the Bacardi Gold or Bacardi Superior.
Yeah, for me, the Bacardi Gold was basically like a Superior aged 2 years. This one's actually aged 2 more years than the Gold. But it actually comes with a lot more flavor than just the Gold, because the Gold you have like the char oak, but this one you get the char oak, you get the mild vanilla, you get like the honey. A lot of other flavors come with it besides just the char oak. And now we got Bacardi aged 8 years. A premium golden sipping rum made from a blend of aged rum between 8 and 16 years to give the rum a smoother, richer flavor. Start with a complex yet well-balanced aroma of apricots, vanilla, and nutmeg, leading to a rounded palate and long finish. Cheers. Well, this one is actually one of the better ones that I drink. It's actually smooth. I definitely get all the flavors from it. I get vanilla, I get the nutmeg, and with a really smooth finish.
It's not like drinking this overall compared to a lot of the other Bacardis. Like this one in particular, yeah, would be basically a sipping drink. Yeah, you do get that alcohol that's like burning at the end, but I think with this, if you add a little bit of ice to it, it'll mellow that out and make it a really good sipping drink. All right, and lastly, we've got Bacardi aged 10 years. Aged for a full 10 years under the Caribbean sun, filtered only before aging, with the bright notes of stone fruit, banana, and pear, balanced with caramelized vanilla and oak. Enjoy neat or on the rocks. Cheers. I think 8 years basically where I want to be. To me, 10 year is a little bit aged too much. Well, right now you get too much of the oak, the barrelness with it, and I think like putting this in the rocks might dilute a little bit, might make it more palatable.
Yeah, drinking this like when I first drink this, it's like it's nice and smooth, and then the flavors start coming out. I get the banana, I do get a little bit of the pear, I get a little bit of the woodiness. But at the end, the woodiness really came out, and the alcohol flavor really came out, and you get that dragon breath there. And yeah, this is really how the process for this drink really was. Now that we drank all these, the ones that I really like was actually, I have two positive ones. So this is probably why you see a lot more here instead of just 4. Like by itself, I actually like the 10 year. Like it starts out smooth, all the flavors come out. Yeah, at the end you do get hit in the face with kind of like a oakiness and alcoholiness, but at the end that doesn't really affect me because I like the notes and the flavors that come out. So for this one, by itself, it actually is probably my favorite. For a mixer, I like the black. Because one, the black is kind of like a hybrid where it's like, it's good by itself, but when you mix it with other things, it actually adds to it and it actually blends really well with a lot of drinks. But the one I really don't, the one that I didn't like so far was probably the Bacardi Gold. The reason why is because I feel like it doesn't really do anything. It's basically a Superior with a little bit of an oaky flavor to it, and actually the oakiness, the woodiness and the oakiness of it really doesn't do much because it's just kind of like a hint of oakiness, not really stands out for the Bacardi Gold.
Alright, so my takeaway from this, the reason why I don't like Bacardi Gold, kind of the same way with him overall, but with this overall, like let's say if you put it into a cocktail, like the oakiness, the woods that the barrel was aged in, it might just throw off your cocktail and it might not be something you would want to drink with in your cocktail. But having it on its by itself too, to me, having or being it so cheap and like so not flavorful within its flavor profile, like it doesn't really bring out too much with it. So to me, the one I like a lot with like, let's say like a cocktail overall would be the Bacardi aged 4 years. With this, to me, like it just brought out basically the perfect balance within like the sweetness, the flavor, and the alcohol content that's with it. And to me, like with this, I believe that if you put this into a cocktail, it'll add more flavors to your cocktail in particular. All right, and then the one I like the best with just being like on ice or being by itself, like I said before with the description, is the Bacardi 8 years. To me, with this one, it just gives you the perfect balance of alcohol, agedness, mixed flavor profile overall with it. And you know, to me with this, putting it on ice or having a shot by itself is just like the perfect way to end your day.
So if you made it this far, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.
And remember, drink responsibly, my friends.